So the Fed leadership is ruling out 2 out of 3 possible cuts. You have what's called the good news cut. You cut because inflation has come down. They've ruled that out. Then you have the bad news cut. You cut because the country risks going to recession. They've ruled that out. So they've ruled out the good news cut and the bad news cut. There's a third cut, which they didn't rule out, which is the awful news cut, that the market's about to malfunction. So they are saying we don't need to cut because we don't believe inflation is coming down. We don't need to cut because we don't believe we're going into recession, but they've left the door open to cutting if there's market malfunction.
Right now, if Powell called you and said, what do you think? Would you say cut at the next meeting, June?
I would say be less decisive, less deterministic, acknowledge that we are in a bumpy journey to another destination, and monetary policy has to react not just to the short term, but to the longer term.
We don't want our viewers to look back on this very turbulent time where the markets have taken a pretty significant dip and say, man, in the rearview mirror, I should have been buying at that moment. What do you think about this as a buying opportunity?
So I think that this could be a buying opportunity, but you have to have 2 qualifications. One, you've got to have an appetite for volatility.
A stomach.
A stomach. So don't put your grocery money in here. This is not, if you have long-term savings, this could be an entry point. Second, do it over time. No one will be able to guess the bottom of this market. So this dollar average in. Put a bit every month. Don't put everything in there, and don't put your grocery money in there.